All right. Here we are with the Aska 2024 roadmap. Been waiting for this for a long time. It's exciting stuff for all of us that have been playing the game, tracking the game. So here we go. Major update number 1, August. I'm going to start here on X where I first saw the announcement. And I think you get a little extra here, and then we'll move over to Steam where they make all their formal announcements. You could also go in Discord, whatever. But they like to keep the channels really clear, okay, about what's actually happening. Here we are. Major update. Let's look at some clues, shall we? You can see my screen. Good deal. Custom World Gen. We're putting you in control. Okay, this one, the reason I'm doing this through Chrome right now is I can actually, on the Steam side of things, when we get over there, is I can zoom in on these little videos they have, and we'll have some more tidbits there. Stylist. Change your appearance anytime you want. That's going to be flipping awesome. It's a rather big building. It's a cool looking building, actually. I love it a lot. And that'll be another one that we get a little teaser video. And when we zoom in, it's going to look grainy, but it's clues, right? And that's what we live for. Okay. Third thing, outhouse and composting. Who doesn't want a place to poop? And of course, they want to use the composting. We always have our farmers in game asking, hey, where can I comp? I need compost. Give me compost. So here we are. We got compost. Leave your worries behind and grow better plants. I don't know about composting with the human stuff, but okay, if it works in the game and I don't have to smell it, why not? Metal parts salvage. I haven't ever got to this part of the game. I was assuming that there was something like this already, so we're going to have to expound upon that. We'll read through everything when we go through. Terrain adaptable walls. That's going to be pretty sweet because you get a lot of slopes, you get some steep edges and everything. And I know terraforming is one thing it's pretty good in the game as it is. It's definitely something they're working on. So that's going to be cool to see how this all turns out. Last little graphic tidbit here, spiked barricade wall add-on. So, you know, any of us familiar with that other game that's similar, at least in genre? Is that the right word? I don't know. But they're both Viking games, right? So that other one, you had this. This is going to be cool. Features in development. So this is a cool tease right here. And they'll get very specific over here on the right as far as like when we can expect more updates. We'll go through that. I guarantee you there's going to be a little flux back and forth here. We'll figure it out. Seafaring and raids. What are we looking at here? Because I know that in one of their live streams, they talked about wanting you to be able to get in a ship and go explore, just like that other game, right? Just like Valheim. Let's just say it out loud. We said it, Valheim. They're not the same game. They're both cool games. They're both different games. We've got that. Good. It's out, right? Seafaring and raids. I wonder what that's going to look like. Like, are they talking like we can raid like a goblin village? What are we looking at, you know, as far as the raids or those incoming raids like we already have with invasions? So I don't think that's it. Is it co-op players where you're going to go raid your buddy that you play against? I don't know. I suspect it is. We'll read some things in a little bit that make me think that. Dedicated server multiplayer, please. Yes, yes, yes. I don't know exactly how that's going to work. I'm hoping to see some more detail on that, because here's what I'll throw out there. What I don't want is a persistent world where all my stuff is broken or dead when I'm not in game. Obviously, nobody wants that. I had that experience with another game, and Soul Mask. It took what was a great game and just made it terrible because one misstep while you were gone for a day and a half and everything's gone. So this is going to be interesting on the dedicated server multiplayer. See exactly how they handle this. Is this going to be just servers they provide, or is it going to be like I had for Soul Mask, where you could rent your own server and allow X amount of people to be on it? That's going to be pretty cool. Let's go back up here, though, for a second. My friend Neanderthal, who has played some multiplayer with me, he talked about what he thought would be really cool on the seafaring and raids is, hey, we all start out on one island. that's your thing. You could raid a whole other island. So if they have the servers in place to handle all of that load, because my computer won't do it, that could be sick. So you have to get up to the seafaring level to be able to do that. It's gonna be an enormous amount of resources. And like, if you are having seafaring and raids on this multiplayer server, you're going in there to take goods, right? I mean, you're going to go in there, maybe do some damage too, but you're there for resources. So that's going to be resource intensive. That's going to be crazy. You're going to have to get up to this insane level of development to be able to handle that, at least in my opinion. What do I know? Steam Deck version, whatever. Shield painting, that's going to be badass. I'm going to love that all the way. Cooking house upgrade, yes. We need the upgrade on that. I have, 2 kitchens barely going right now in my playthrough. I'd be interested to see what the upgrades can do. I mean, there's so many possibilities. Like right now, we just have a cooking pot. You could have stoves. You could have increased crops, which I don't see anywhere on the list. Increased crops, where you have your wheats and everything. You can make breads. Bread's a great stable shelf food. So cooking house upgrade, excited. Road planner, no idea exactly what that is, but I pray that what it is, okay, I've got a mine over here where my village is. I don't want to go with a silly little road tool and make the road all the way over to the other mine. I just want to draw it on the map and let the NPCs do it, because that's one of the coolest things about this game and games like it. Soul Mask is pretty good, but this is better in my opinion, as far as the NPCs doing what you want them to do. And they actually address that in the more detailed thing that we'll go through. This video is already starting to take a minute, but I really wanted to hit this thing hard, give it a fresh take when I read it, when I'm really excited about it before the update comes out. So yeah, I think the road planner is going to be, I really think that'll be map based, and you either do it on the map, which would be the easiest, draw your line, or you walk it out and mark it, like with the terrain tool, just mark it and say, whichever. I just want it to be easier. Ragnar bear form. We're going to have to wait and see what that is. That sounds pretty cool. Cave makeover. What are we talking about here? Are we just talking about that? Is that an instance experience? I don't even know. I mean, you're in there. It's different. Are we talking about the level of things that you can have NPCs do in there? Are we talking about finding gold, silver? Are we talking about finding other metals we can build with, tin, etc.? I don't know. Cave makeover. So that's a big open box right there. Party mechanic. Okay, so I tie this one in my mind, party mechanic, and I just throw it out there. I'm probably an idiot. Probably don't know what I'm talking about, but I tie this into the dedicated server multiplayer and the seafaring and raids, right? I think they're going to take this co-op game, which they said they're focused, if you look in the Discord, on not making a PvP game is not their main focus. It's co-op. This really sounds like maybe the beginnings of that direction. Like maybe you party up with somebody else on this big server to go into this big instance of a boss that you can't handle just on your own, right? Maybe we do have the multiple islands, throughout that server, but we party up and we go tackle that boss. I don't know. All speculation. Town militia. All right. I hope the town militia is, number one, you be able to train everybody at weapons. Everybody gets some time over in the barracks beating up the dummies or at the archery range. Number two, if they're sleeping and it's a blood moon, they wake their butts up. There's like an alarm bell in town and hoorah, everybody comes to the battle. That would be cool. I'm thinking that's what it is. Oh my, elite enemies. Really, elite enemies. That's going to be awesome and terrible all at the same time. Wait a minute, those words really are kind of similar. Combat upgrade. Okay, good. I enjoy the combat enough, but I could see it needing an upgrade for sure. Let's see what that is. It's another big open bag, right? terraforming sloped fields. So we see that right here. Let me try and do this real quick. Hopefully I didn't just, yeah. Oh, it's not going to let me. Never mind. I can't zoom in on that picture because this is X, and why would that work? I can download it, do it, whatever. We're not going to waste our time. But the slope fields, that would be so badass. That would be so badass. Upgraded water skins. No idea what they're doing there. Maybe just multiple choices. Now let's get to super cool part. This is major update 1 August. We get the world gen, we get the stylist, outpost, outhouse and composting, spiked barricades, terrain adaptive walls, metal salvage. This is huge. This is huge. This is going to happen now-ish. Like, what do we have? 11 more days in the month. So that's definitely coming. I checked my Steam. There was no update yet. I don't know if they've announced a date in particular. I didn't see it. Then you have all these future updates. We have major update number 2 in September. Badass. What a pace. Major update number 3, November. Badass. What a pace. Major update number 4, December. Unrelated to this game, late October, early November, I start playing Ashes of Creation. I'm really happy to see in Alpha 2 just testing, not even playing a game. It's not a game, we know, Steven. It's not a game. It's a true alpha. Damn, do we need to preach that. Anyway, I digress. That's why they call me Tangent 369. I go that way, that way, that way. It's all good. I'm just glad that this game is going to, I think, be able to keep my attention while that's out. I do not want to... I have limited time to play games as it is. I don't want to lose this game. It's just been so damned enjoyable. I don't want to lose it. All right, I've digressed enough. This is all this yapping so far. Like, how many minutes in are we here? 12 minutes, not so bad. Now let's go over to the more detailed part on Steam, okay? Start up top here. Those are those little videos. Aska Roadmap Reveal 2024. Roadmap just dropped, baby. Vikings. Let me back out just a little bit. There we go. I don't like whatever that is. Okay, Vikings. We know you've been hotly anticipating our roadmap and to see the direction of the game, and we're thrilled to share an overview of our first few major updates to Aska in the months to come. First few. This game really is more of an early release. I see them, but it's an early release where it's like, it's not the early release like, yeah, we're really kind of done and we'll just do things from time to time to keep you happy. And it's not the early release. It's just a true early release. They're going to keep working on it. I love that. Okay. To be clear, these aren't the only updates to the game. They're just a few of the ones we want to share with you at this time. So I think we're going to see lots of surprises. Let's go ahead on this first little deal here. We'll zoom in. It's going to be grainy AF, but we'll zoom in and see what we can figure out. Let me move that for you right there. I know it's kind of terrible the way I got that going. All right. This is the world gen. You've got, I saw Wolfgar populations. Oh, they have presets and custom. Day length, you can change that. Herbivores, you can change that. Let's see what else we can catch. We're going to let this thing keep running. Invasion intensity, I think start season default, day length, structure decay. Okay, we got those. What else is in this little nugget? I love doing these. Monster population, precipitation, Wolfgar, herbivores. Yeah, so I think we've dug every little nizugget out of that. Okay, here we go. Speaking of digging, shall we dig into the good stuff then? Update 1 is something you shouted from the rooftops, and we want to know we heard you. And we want you to know that we heard you. Okay, yeah, that didn't hurt. That hurt a little bit. My noodle just like went off the rails. Sometime in August, Aska will receive World Gen options. So there it is. Sometime. We don't know when. I am going to be hitting refresh every night. You'll be able to customize many different facets of the game, including enemies, gather rates, events, day, night length, and more. We hope this will satisfy those of you who are looking for a peaceful building experience, and also those of you who are looking for an even harder survival challenge. That really is like the best thing they could have done to make so many audiences happy, right? You got the Minecraft crowd on one side that just wants to build, and not to say that everybody plays Minecraft does the same, whatever, don't shoot on me on that one. But then you got over here the psychopaths that play Rust and want everybody dead, right? That came out the way I wanted it to. Yeah, so you're making everybody happy. It's going to be freaking awesome. It says, in this update, we will also be including a couple of new buildings. Awesome. You'll have to tune into the patch notes for that. So I don't know what building this is we're looking at here. Oh, wow. I didn't move that back for you guys. I am so sorry. Let me scroll that in. Look at this bad boy. This is pretty sick. This is pretty sick. Is this... I think that building is the style building. I can't swear to it because what did we have over here? Yeah, it is the stylist. Excellent. It's the stylist. So that's going to be cool. But it says buildings, plural, right there. You see it yourself. Buildings. We're getting more buildings. I love it. All right. Updates 2, 3, and 4 will be spread out throughout the rest of 2024 and will include a variety of buildings, upgrades, system overhauls, and new systems. Okay, so this is why I play this game right here. If I had to sum it up, engineer brain, I love systems. I love systems. I could actually think of this whole game as a really complicated PCB board with all these different components that have to interact and everything else. Maybe it's not a great analogy. It is to me. That's why I play this game, though, is the systems are sick, and they're adding new ones, and they're overhauling some of the other ones. That is great. It says, we're still cooking, so we can't give you an exhaustive list of what will be ready for each update yet. Reasonable. But you can look forward to things like new enemies, gathering a raiding party, and setting sail, as well as some more fun additions to make your villages feel more alive. That really is it. So you have the system geek like me, but the village has to feel alive, right? And they're going to talk about the villagers being alive. Later in the year, we'll look to launch what we're dubbing as our multiplayer update. Okay, so there you go. That'll be the servers, where we look to launch dedicated servers for you all. We're also adding in-game chat systems so that you can communicate with other players online and create lobbies. I mean Discord, but okay, I get it. Maybe that's an intermediate step. A note on villager AI improvements. This will be huge right here. I want to make sure you guys can actually see that. I'm going to just a little bigger. There we go. All right, cool. One of the most consistent feedback themes we receive from the community concerns AI, especially villager AI, which personally I think is pretty damn good. Obviously, there are hiccups, but it's pretty damn good. We're constantly working to make villager behavior understandable and consistent, and to give you more ways to engage with them. Our long-term goal is to reduce micromanagement and make villager behavior and intent as transparent as possible. I love that, because the transparency is where it's at, because the villager can be doing the right thing and you're like, why is this moron doing this? You don't see the whole system that's going on. So transparency, absolutely. Let me know, like, why did my fishermen starve to death? I just need to know. Was it I didn't give them a break, but I wasn't tracking them and following, what is that they call day following or whatever? I wasn't following and job shadowing. I wasn't job shadowing him the day. So I have no idea why he starved to death, right? Or why the other one starved to death. Both of them committed suicide yesterday via food, and they produce food. So this is gonna be good to get that transparency. Goes on to say, although they sometimes might seem irrational, our villagers' brains are actually quite complex, and they're doing their best to stay off your back as much as possible and do their jobs best they're able. Okay, I know they're doing their best, but I need the villagers to stop walking up to me, and then I've been better about this, actually pressing E and seeing what their concerns are, and then they're like, oh, just wanted to say hi, no big deal. There's nothing on their list. So, that one, hopefully, it's good they're working on it, right? There's not really a complaint there for me. It's just what it is. Okay, and they go on to say, but that's no easy task with all they have going on. They have to know when to eat, what to eat. I would hope they stop putting raw food in their longhouse. That would be nice. They must sometimes defy their schedule to make sure their job gets done. I wish they would stop dropping everything on the ground. That would be good. They must pick out equipment and get dressed, drop off materials, plan their routes when setting off to gather a variety of resources, and try not to get killed in the process. Really good goals. Really good goals. They must sometimes engage with enemies and sometimes not, and so many other such quote-unquote thoughts, which is pretty badass. Like, I think their AI is really damn good. If you've played any other games, I didn't play Conan, but I hear that's one with NPCs. Played Soul Mask. They did a lot of stupid things. I don't have those complaints. Like, my villagers aren't standing in a fire and burning themselves to death in this game. Let's just throw that out there. I think it's pretty damn good, but I'm glad they're working on it, and I'm really glad to see the transparency, hopefully, is a tool that we can use to see what's going on. Then they go on to say, our objective is to give you not robots, which you have to program yourself, but lively characters that are obviously doing their best to assist you and to see your designs come to completion. That's beautiful. Aska has grown a lot in the last year, and we're in the process of continuing to build on this by reworking key villager jobs like the warehouse and the workshop workers. I know everybody's going to love that because a good warehouse worker, it's tough, right? I have an excellent one right now, and I'm just paranoid they're going to die. And we're always listening, and you appreciate your feedback, and we finesse this to a final quality. All right, so check this out. Let's zoom in on this. I'm going to bring this guy back over here to about center. Control plus. You can't do it like that, dummy. Come here. All right, there we go. Let's get that right there. So I think this is the style place. Obviously, we have a mirror. We got all of these shades. I think we're going to get new tattoos, all that kind of stuff. I love looking at these little things and like trying to draw out as much as possible. Looks like a kick-ass building. Pretty self-explanatory, right? It's like character creator on steroids. Let's do that. Pull this back. Okay, here we go. I swear I'm almost done talking, guys, but I wanted to do this video. I really want to be a contributor to this game. I love it. You can always catch my live stream and watch me play, probably badly, but I play all the time. To wrap this up, we'd like to advise this is not an exhaustive list, and other things might pop up or slip into as we keep working, but we hope this gives you all the reassurance that we have been and are continuing to work hard on building on the world of Aska and delivering updates when we feel they are best ready to be released. We can't wait to hear what you think, so please do leave us some feedback in the forums. Go do that in Discord and on our social media. That's what we're doing here right now. We are listening, and they really are listening. And we want to ensure we deliver our vision of the game while taking into consideration any major changes our player base are advocating for when we feel it's appropriate. And that's it, right? This is just like my other favorite Ash is like you can't let the audience just redefine the whole game, but you listen to the audience on the things that make sense to shape the game. Hopefully that makes sense. Finally, if you're reading all of this and you haven't had the chance to explore the world of Aska, we're thrilled to say you can pick it up right now. It's actually like $19.99 US, so it's 20% off. Skull Sand Sailor Studios, and that probably was, what is it, Sad Snail. That wraps it up right there, guys. There's the update for that. Keep an eye on Steam, and hopefully we see this update just drop. It's going to be so kick-ass. Thanks again, devs. I do appreciate the game. I've been very open about what I hope you would change, and I'm glad you guys actually do listen. Cool community, too. I want to throw a special thank you out to Paige, their community manager. That makes all the difference when you get into Discord, and you're actually getting that two-way communication. And it's not, I'm not even going to throw this other game that I have not mentioned thus far in this video. There's another game where their community manager was not stellar and not amazing like Paige is. Ashes has an amazing person too. She like sets the gold standard. Talking about Aska though, thank you for doing such great work there. It makes you want to play this game and be part of this community. Okay, I'm off my soapbox. I'm out. Roadmap just dropped. Go read it for yourself. Peace.